games, and those Iowa State fans are really passionate.
Crazy.
So I'm sure they'd be all over something like that. Having a team up in that region too. But you mentioned too, but before we came on the air, kind of about the plan on how the ownership of the team is going to go, and going back to kind of your background of helping athletes transition after their career is over. So talk a little bit about that and how that's going to work.
Yeah. So basically, the thing that we're doing that is certainly unique is that the teams are actually going to be owned by the players. That's a really important thing, as Kareem and Brandon and I have kind of talked about that. That was a piece that was missing in everything else, like Big 3 or TBT, and I'm not disparaging either one of them. It's just different business models. But for us, we really wanted to create a business model where the players could be an owner in the team. Obviously, NBA, like unless you have $500 million or something, you're not going to get into the team ownership. And so for us, you start with this, and we help them really kind of build the business itself. And so now they are a part owner in the team. And now they're participating in league-wide revenues, the merch, the ticket sales, the sponsorships, all that stuff that's going on. And now they can kind of grow the business. A lot of the guys are very successful business people after their careers. Some of them have had some real hard times, absolutely. But there are definitely a number of guys that have had very successful careers in other areas. One guy, and he's not the best example for me because he skipped college and went straight to the NBA. That was Jonathan Bender. So he was 18, went to the league in, I think, 98 as a phenom, obviously. And this was before the one-and-done rule came in. And so he had really bad knee issues. He was a 6'11". He was kind of a Kevin Durant-type player. But didn't turn into a Kevin Durant player. But anyway, so he had the ability to play in the league for a little bit. Knees really went bad, and so he actually got out of basketball, or was asked to leave nicely, I'm sure. He got out of basketball and actually created a device that would strengthen his knees. And literally, and it's kind of a belt with kind of like bungee cords that are attached to your ankles. And he's had a whole exercise program with it, and so he literally strengthened his legs up. And 4 years after he was out of the league, he was back in, and the Knicks signed him. And that is unheard of, by the way. When you're out of the league, you generally are out of the league, and especially not 4 years later. Knicks signed him 2 games into his first season. The Knicks offered him a contract for the next year, and he turned it down because he wanted to keep doing this thing. He wanted this knee support product. And so he's gone off and he's built a heck of a business around this kind of medical product. And so you got guys out there that have done very well in business. And now it's really just a matter of let's take that skill set and now drop it into something that you clearly know and you understand very well. And we provide a lot of supporting services, of course. But yeah, we're excited about the teams being owned by the players. And really, the kind of the back end of the league is all about how do we create business opportunities for those guys in the communities where they are the most famous and the most well-known. Because a lot of these guys, like some of them are looking for jobs. Some of them are looking for investors for their business ideas. Some of them are looking for businesses to invest in, or nonprofits, or a variety of different partners. So this is the league is a format and a platform for them to do just that. So what you'll see on Friday is certainly we're going to play the games. It's going to be a lot of fun. It'll be high scoring, I'm sure, and very competitive. But at the same time, we're also going to be talking about what the guys are doing off the court, because that's a real interest, and how can we help them promote? So, like Nino Williams is one example. He's one of the K-State guys. I think I forgot him.
Okay.
So Nino is a Kansas City kid and went up to K-State and was certainly a fan favorite and a good player. And he's now selling cars with an automotive dealer up north. And so we want to talk about that. We want to celebrate when these guys go out and get jobs, because I mean, man, I'll tell you, any companies that are listening, if you can get a former athlete that has a name, they will open doors unlike anyone you've ever seen, because CEOs will return calls of some new kid who just started if they play basketball at their alma mater.
Well,
and so we see amazing business opportunities happen in that way.
Well, you're talking about that, and you got Ed Elder here, which played for Kansas State. running a big, huge real estate company here in Kansas City. I mean, just that led to success for both parties.
Yeah, absolutely, and there are tons of examples of athletes that stepped out and moved into insurance sales or moved into car sales or you name it. And the thing that they still have after they stop playing, they still have their name, and that matters to a lot of people in a lot of communities.
They can finally make money on their own name.
Yes.
Whoa,
yeah.
This is
What
NCAA. Come on, man.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool, especially with within the last 5 years with social media. I mean, you can rocket ship a brand really fast once you get some followers and you put your name out there really quick. If these guys know what they're doing and they're putting it out in a positive way, I mean, they could just sky's the limit because you're not really limited by anything anymore. You can reach anybody because everybody's on Facebook, everybody's on Instagram or Twitter or whatever, and so it's really cool that these guys are going to get opportunities to showcase their basketball talents and also try to get some the business going in and build some long term. You can only play ball for so long. The business side of it's going to be the long term, thing for them. So,
and the social media is that's in a lot of ways kind of the entryway for a lot of these guys, because the reality is even someone who wasn't necessarily a huge name at their college, they probably have several thousand, 5,000, 10,000 fans.
Yeah,
they're not going to make millions of dollars off of that. But what if they could make $1,500 a month? That's not bad.
Yeah.
Like that's something that you can do. And a lot of these guys, even the guys that I work with that are in the NBA or in the NFL that have, hundreds of thousands or even millions of followers, they're not necessarily using it to create business opportunities. And when they understand who their audience is online, they can really take a brand and accelerate it really dramatically and have huge impact. And there's a lot of different ways that we're working with companies to get connected to athletes.
Cool.
And so now, hey, this athlete is really into this product or that product, and now we're going to help them promote those things because if it matters to them, it probably matters to their audience too.
Yeah, I thought we talked about Big 3 a little bit. I thought Big 3 did a pretty good job with their social media. They went on a pretty hardcore run with because I think they're affiliated with Fox, right? Fox Sports.
CBS.
Is it CBS? Okay, so they went on a kind of a run that way, but they also did the social media thing. There's several basketball highlight Instagram. I was telling you about. I saw the Stoudemire highlights. What they do is I'm sure they kind of these companies are paying. They're paying them, I think, to show off some of the highlights from Big 3 on their Instagram because it might be a little bit of a different audience or whatever. So I mean, I think the social media stuff it's super important.
Yeah.
And to educate these guys on how to properly do it. And don't post everything you're doing all the time.
No.
Yeah, maybe just the positive things or the business stuff. Keep it clean or whatever. But because that can bite you too.
Yeah.
But anyways, I think it's important.
And it has bitten several.
Yeah, for sure.
As a coach, you're not recruiting a kid if there's certain stuff showing up on their timeline.
Oh, even me, I'm in restaurant business besides doing the show, and before I hire a kid or whoever, I always look up their Facebook.
Yep.
What's the profile picture? If it's them with their family, I'm like, all right, good to go. If it's them chugging a beer, I'm like, okay, I do that, but I don't post it. That's not my profile picture. You know what I mean? It's me and my son or whatever.
I know at the college level, especially at the Division I college level, most coaching staffs have a guy that's their job. It's just to go through. If this kid is going to be recruited by them, they will first look through their social media. And, they look for those red flag things that shouldn't be posted.
Yeah. And it's really interesting because, as many NBA guys and NFL guys as I've talked to over the years, routinely, one of the questions that I will sometimes ask the guys is, hey, who's the best player you ever played against? And I can't tell you the number of times that it was someone I've never heard of.
Yeah.
And the thing is, either A, they blew their knee out or had some horrific injury and they were just not able to play anymore, but they jumped out of the gym. They could do stuff that just nobody else could, and they would have been a superstar at the NFL or NBA level. Or B, they never got the chance because they did something stupid.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And look, I'm going to go on record. I'm 50 years old. I'm thrilled that social media was not around when I was a kid, because there is no evidence of any of the stupid stuff that I did, and I did plenty.
Yeah.
And there is no evidence anywhere. You're just going to have to take my word for.
Yeah. These guys, I mean, they got to be on the, we got to be on their best behavior all the time.
They do.
So that's pretty cool. I mean, the thing is, it sounds like with this league and some of the other services you guys are doing, you guys are going to really provide these guys with a real good. It's not post career because this is their career, but post collegiate play.
Yeah.
And so I think that's a really cool thing.
Well, and it's just at the end of the day, it's about finding a new purpose.
Yep.
Because when you've been the guy for all these years for playing whatever sport you play, and now suddenly you wake up one morning and now you're not the guy anymore.
Yep.
It's very easy to kind of question the value of your existence and, like, what am I here for? And there's plenty of emotional and psychological challenges that anyone would go through because, again, that's a huge transition. Yeah. But the reality is what got them to world-class level was discipline, perseverance, overcoming adversity, the ability to communicate, work as a team, like all of these things that allow you to be very successful in the work world. It's exactly the same skill set. Now it's manifested differently on the court than it is in the boardroom, of course. But it's the same kind of skills that they all have that can drive them to great success off the court. So that's what we kind of want to help them with.
Yeah, it makes sense because a lot of times when you think about even in like our own personal lives, when you do some of the dumb stuff that you do or you hear about other people's stories, it's because they're bored. Or they're not busy enough, or they don't have their lack of focus, and so to get these guys hyper focused on building their own business with the league, and then also playing and getting back into that routine of the discipline, all the stuff we were talking about. I mean, I think it's ultra important for these guys, and I think they're going to welcome it with open arms.
Yeah,
because even on your really good teams, not everybody's going to the NBA. Not everybody's going to get that opportunity. So this is just going to be another avenue for those guys to kind of continue playing basketball, like you mentioned, here in the States, not have to travel overseas and deal with some of those obstacles that can happen there, and possibly become a team owner and make some money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And again, on the team ownership, you don't have to buy the whole team yourself. Like, you can own a small piece of it.
Yeah.
And we'd love for that to be the case. Like, we obviously are talking to a lot of NBA players about owning the teams for whom the purchase price is nothing. It's not. It's a rounding error. But what we would really love to do is, we don't want an individual to just snap it all up. Like, let's have the team all be owners because we want everybody to benefit from it. And when they start to see, income from merchandise sales and sponsorship and ticket sales and all that sort of stuff, that's what creates ownership. And that's what gets them, to really learn more and more about running a business and what it takes to be successful at it.
Yeah, there is a lot more that goes into the business side of sports than people realize. That just when they turn on the TV on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon to watch either a football game or an NBA game, I mean, all the things that happen to make sure that broadcast goes smoothly and every sponsor is placed where they're supposed to be. From the owners all the way down, it's just, it's crazy, all the things that, those guys have to worry about. So how are you going to kind of help those guys manage those things? Obviously having multiple owners, will they each get to kind of reach out to sponsors? Will the league handle that?
Yeah.
How will that work?
So basically we have, the way our model is set up, the league kind of handles this chunk of the work. And so that's about essentially just having all the systems in place to kind of run the show, make sure you have a PA announcer, and make sure you have referees and balls, and a lot of that little ticky-tack stuff that has a big impact if you show up at the game and there's no basketballs.
Yeah.
But so we really help guide and kind of direct that big chunk, and obviously a part of that is sponsor sales and helping ticket sales and all that. But then there's also the other side of the business, or the other piece of it, where they kind of have the ability to go be creative. Hey, if you think you can create revenue by doing A, B, or C, go do it. That's awesome. We love it. Support it. And so it gives them the ability to kind of run the business as their own, but at the same time stay within the brand and within the league itself. And so we try to make it as easy as possible. Because there's a lot of moving pieces, and it's complicated to pull this kind of stuff off. But it's doable, and just with a little focus and with a good understanding of the right systems and processes, they can do it. And that's what we're here to help them with.
It's going to be good.
That sounds great.
It sounds like a lot of fun. And it sounds like you guys are very busy, too.
Yeah.
Yes.